Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of Down Under. Welcome to a place where they like to put their shrimp on the barbie. It is a brand new season for Slipstream Racing League. It is the Australian Grand Prix, season 15 of this brand new championship, and it is round 1, which means that there is everything up for grabs. We got 10 teams, 20 drivers fighting for 2 championships, and well, can't wait to get into it. Here we have the track then. It is 3.2 miles, 5.2 kilometers long. Has 3 DRS zones, 14 turns, 5 to the left, 9 to the right. And I don't think any of our drivers needs a second invite to make an overtaker on this track. See some high caliber driving today. Here's the tire compounds for today. It is soft, medium and hard. Soft are the fastest, but they last the shortest. We got the medium tire that balances out between the soft and the hards, and of course the hard tire that is the slowest but lasts the longest. If we see any spots of rain today, there is gonna be intermediates and full wet tires available for the teams, and people like to call it the great equalizer for all tracks. Well, alongside me today we have Mr. Lars.
Come on F1, hurry up and load.
Well, for now, he's in the commentary booth alongside me, and hopefully everyone heard that intro. Need to double check everything as well. But we're here.
I thought you were just testing at the start. I didn't realize you were live already. There you go. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we're live.
Why is F1 just on the loading screen? It's not letting me. Come on.
Well, as we're
yeah.
Everything up in a hurry right now, but
are you able to? I might need another invite.
Yeah, I can send one
into the on box proper.
As we jump into the main feed, and should auto detect F1.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reload. Hold on. It wouldn't be the first round of a season without some technical difficulties.
Exactly. Well, we're here, either way. If the game would allow me to share. If not, we're doing it the good old-fashioned way. Doesn't seem like it wants me to share.
Are you able to invite me, or...?
Yeah, give me a sec. It just needs to...
Am I going to be commentating via radio?
No, all good. We share it this way. Alright. Sending quick invites. Let's see if I find you. There we go. Alright, well...
Nope, there's the invite.
We're here in Australia, and a brand new game. A game that I very much don't like to drive. I think I made it vocal enough, but we're here anyways, regardless. And alongside me is my good old friend that I haven't spoken to in a bit, but we usually meet up on track when we can, you know, when we do league racing. And yeah, it is the fellow veteran Lars.
I was going to say, the only reason you haven't spoken to me is because you're supposedly retired. I still say it's just a sabbatical for you, but anyway.
Well, I actually pulled back from retirement. But I'm not doing 24. I'm doing 23.
Is there more leagues back on 23? Yeah.
Yeah, there is a few leagues back in 23, but obviously I'm not gonna shout those out because that would be promoting another league, especially in another league stream. That wouldn't be good. But anyways, Lepson currently with the fastest lap, it is
116.8. Holy cow, my eardrums! Ow. I know it's F1. I know it's meant to be loud, but still.
It's great, you know?
There we go. Okay, so I'm just looking through the list here. Maybe 1 or 2 names I recognize from previous days. Lepson, obviously, an old friend of mine. Piggy, I remember encountering him before as he nearly encountered his teammate. What are the 2 Red Bulls doing? Nearly taking each other out there. I seem to remember Ocean Chief as well, although I can't quite recall where from. The name sounds familiar. But everyone else here is pretty new to me. Is there anyone that I should watch out for, Rickety? You are more of an expert compared to myself in this league.
In this league, not particularly, but I do know a handful of drivers out there. I obviously know Lepson. I know Keyboard Magnuson, he's been an OG as well. Ocean Chief I've raced before. Magnatech we all know about. Futuristic I've seen before as well. Girl I've seen. Crawley Voice I've seen as well. Just a handful of drivers I've seen, but as of the championship, I don't know. F124 has been such a drastic different game to 23. I expect maybe Lepson to be on pole today. He's gonna stay in pole. I know he has a current pole lap at the moment, but no one is gonna be able to conquer him today.
Are you just saying that so he gets you on your own side with him when he comes in the Discord later on?
No. Generally, Lepson has been a very quick driver from the past, if I remember right. 23, he was quite quick as well. And I just believe that he could pull it off. He has the consistency, he has the dog in him, as some people would like to call it.
I mean, early doors, he's top only by 1/100th, but it's on the mediums compared to everyone else on the softs, so that bodes well.
Yeah.
Nearest gap on similar tires is Futuristic down in 6th, and he's 8/10ths down on the leader there, so...
I did some what do you call it? Some research. Did some time trial lap around Australia yesterday, just to see how the car behaves. And I might not like how the game behaves, but some people do. And
there has been another update that's changed a few things. The 1.6 update.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
Yeah. Now, the big thing that what everyone's saying is what they've drastically changed is the curbing. It used to be ridiculous. You could cut over so many curbs. Even sausage curbs were absolutely nothing. So we might see the occasional spin out here or someone getting caught out by some of the higher raised curbs. Although I think Australia, most of them are fairly low lying.
I just saw Lepson.
Maybe, I remember a lot of people had problems on turn 1 and 2 in F123. So whether we'll see a few more of that cases of that happening again, and maybe the exit of turn 4 possibly. That's a raised curve there as well, but everywhere else is pretty much flat, so should be all right.
Well, it's everything to play for, like you said, and the higher curbs does play a significant change compared to the previous versions. As you mentioned before, you could just simply run over them without the car being affected by them.
Well, no, again, it has been nerfed a bit,
exactly.
So that's what I'm saying. There might be a few that catch you out, but the cars do generally ride the curbs better.
Yeah.
But I believe that's also partly down to setups. I believe we're also running slightly higher ride heights on this year's game.
We see Psycho retired at the exit of turn 1.
Sorry, we've got a driver blown up there. That is
Psycho.
Naiku.
Oh, Naiku, yeah.
He's blown up on... What did I just tell you? He blew up on the exit of turn 2. Went into the wall. We've got a Ferrari off as well. Riyad Jakovic.
And he's disqualified.
He's disqualified for facing the wrong way, but I'm guessing he went up the escape road. Well, it's not really an escape road. It's where there used to be an escape road there many moons ago. And rather than flick spin it, he threw it in the reversed for so long that the game said, right, you're going the wrong way down the track. So he is going to start at the back of the grid.
Well, that's not ideal for the opener of this season, is it? Because you want to qualify high, and you also want to, provide the best amount of point you can for the team. And, well, Gerla is setting pole right now. He's in the Alpine. That's the complete opposite to how Alpine has performed in real life.
Yep. Oh, Lepson has gone out on the softs. Lepson's on the softs now. His best time was still set on the mediums, though, just looking at that. So Lepson's still looking good for pole at the minute. It's interesting to watch the ERS modes. Some drivers, I've heard mixed responses. Some drivers using overtake on their quali lap, which should not be a thing at all.
No.
To be quite honest with you. And others saying, like, no, overtake does nothing. It's, hot lap is still full battery release, So I've heard a mixture of responses, but the ERS does definitely need to be tweaked because a lot of drivers I've seen, and myself, I've done it as well in the social races we've done in AOR. You can honestly just drive like 5, 6, maybe even 8 laps in a row on hot lap constantly. You know, so long as there's a good couple of heavy braking zones, even if you keep it on hot lap the entire time, you will regen the ERS. That is obviously not how that is meant to work. Hot lap is meant to burn through your entire supply in one lap. Oh, and Gurla. I saw that on my screen. Ame was recovering from a spin, and Gurla turned around the corner and completely unsighted, smashed into the side.
That is unfortunate.
Of the Aston Martin. I was watching Gurla on that lap, and well, that's desperately unlucky for him.
So the car in question, the Aston Martin,
Ame no Coibito.
Yes, is still able to finish qualifying. However, they've been handed a 5 grid drop penalty for the race, which I think is fairly deserved because you know you need to find a better way to rejoin the track if you have.
Yeah, this is why I think it should be a rule in all leagues that you must have your minimap on full track. I know some drivers like it close on like the rotation system, but the problem then is it only when you're going very slowly, say you've spun out, it zooms in on that very specific part of the track and you do not know who is coming. If you have it on full track map, you can see, okay, another car is like a corner behind me. I better not pull onto the track just yet. But I was watching there and Ame just clearly didn't have that on and just pulled straight onto the racing line.
I saw that as well.
There was no way. I mean, it was literally a sideways T-bone. I'm amazed Ame didn't actually DNF as well. But surely they've got floor damage or side pod damage because it was a heck of an impact.
Yeah, not that it matters too much though in online spec qualifying, because that will just get repaired instantly rather than you having to wait in the pits.
Yeah, but who it does matter for, of course, is Gurla, because regardless of the fact that they were up at the top, of course, what we also have is track evolution. The track will get quicker.
Exactly.
So Gurla was only able to do their run in the middle of the session. And towards the tail end, the track is going to get a heck of a lot quicker. And people are not a million miles away from their time. A 16.8 for Gurla. I mean, even down to 13th place is covered by a second gap from that. So several people could improve. I mean, I'm thinking maybe if they're lucky, P5, possibly even down low as P9 or even down to P11 possibly if people improve by a large amount. So not the start that Gurla and the Alpines were looking for. Alpine just can't catch a break in real life or in game, can they?
No, they can't.
It's always the Alpines.
We're currently with the Haas, and I got some inside information from Icewind in the comment section saying that cars lost some straight line speed since the latest patch. So that's interesting. FIA will be busy, says our gamer. Delta
Sorry,
Zero.
I had to do a double take. I was looking for the Haas of, was it Delta you were watching?
Yes, we're watching Delta.
Well, I just watched them go into turn 1, spin towards the wall, and then teleport back on the track, Dragon Ball Z style, and just carry on at full speed. So,
I mean, it's...
I am on my second computer, I'm on holiday at the minute, so my internet connection is not the best, so that would explain that.
Yeah, audio quality sounds crisp, that's good.
My audio quality what, sir?
Your audio quality sounds crisp. Purple Sector 1 for Delta in the house.
I am glad because I'm just on default like monitor speakers, so everything's a little bit quieter. So I've had the game turned down so I can hear rickety.
Well,
there you go.
They can hook up the final sector here, Delta. It's looking nice and tidy. Hits the apex nicely. And now you just want to slam the throttle as soon as you can around the final corner. He crosses the line, and it is gonna be 117.1. Well, it's a good outing for Haas so far, I'd say. Like, if we look constructors-wise, I think the strongest team that we're looking at right now, was Ferrari, but not anymore. Lepson and Wesley looking strong as well in the Williams.
Big gap between the teammates at the minute, though. Lepson, as we say that, the Red Bull smashing the pole time by 0.3. Excuse me.
Is that
throat there?
Is that the Max Verstappen theme I'm hearing in the background?
Do, 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 do. Max Verstappen. Do, do, do,
Well,
do.
we're no strangers to seeing Red Bull on pole right now as we see the Red Bull sliding around the corners. I don't think they're on another lap. I think they're on a quick in lap. I don't think they will get time for another lap though. However, I mean, currently on pole, like you said, by 3/10.
I mean, I was gonna say maybe we've gone back in time because, you know, Williams on top of McLaren up there and an Alpine, which of course was Renault back in the day. But that wouldn't make any sense either because Red Bull, well, if you're going by sponsorship, they used to be Sauber, and if you're going by the team that bought them out, they used to be Jaguar once upon a time.
Yeah.
So
How times
that's
have
definitely
changed.
not. That's definitely not Jaguar. Are never anywhere close to pole, so we haven't gone back in time.
What was your first team you raced for?
Williams back in 2012.
Okay. Lotus. For me.
I wanted the Lotus. The Lotus was such a beautiful car to me, but I had to sell for Williams. Is Keyboard Magnussen actually on keyboard, by the way?
Yes.
Rose in 5th place on keyboard. How is that even possible?
Snacks Auto retired from the session. It seems to be in the pits, but now we're currently on board with Lepson, who did a
on pole.
1:16.3.
So,
I mean,
is
come
he
on.
running? I need to add. Oh, a Magnetic disqualified for being parked in a dangerous position, apparently. Magnetic was. He was the Mercedes. I don't see a Mercedes stopped on track. It was in the 3rd sector. He just got teleported back to the garage. So whether he was letting people through, but you never stop dead on the track. Even if you're letting people through, you just go like very slowly.
Yeah.
So he'll learn that the hard way.
Currently on board with
Keyboard
Root
Magnussen.
Cruiser.
Like, is he running ABS presumably and stuff? Like, how is he so quick on the keyboard?
Talent.
Also, I love how he's just completely ignoring EA because when you go on Steam, it actually says controller required. Like, you must have the controller. And Magnussen's just like, nah, I'm built different.
Yeah. Icewind confirmed that he is on controller. I mean, not controller, keyboard. A bit of a lock up there.
Is that
Rune
just by
Cruiser.
preference, or does he just...
Currently P3 gonna cross the line in a moment's time. McLaren is able to challenge for pole. It's gonna be close. He's not fast enough. It's a 1:16.6. It's 3/10 off pole.
I really want to meet this guy and talk to him because either he's a genius or a complete masochist. One of the two.
Well, currently on board with the Sauber now, crossing the line as well. It is Keyboard Magnussen. And is he able to topple the top 4 with his keyboard driving skills? No, he's not. It's a 1:17 flat. Futuristic now. Is going slow.
Though.
What's an improvement?
Yeah. Off. Piggy's in the pits. That's it. I think everyone else in the pit. That's it.
Alright, run us through the grid, Lars.
Okay, so we will have Lepson on pole for the Williams. I never thought I'd say a Williams on pole again, but here we are. Verch, I'm assuming it's German, so I'm doing the pronunciation, in 2nd. Run Cruiser in 3rd. Gerla 4th, which, considering they DNF'd very early on, is quite impressive. Keyboard Magnussen on his keyboard in 5th. Delta Zeron in 6th. Futuristic 7th. Wesley 8th. Piggy 9th. Ever Snaxolotl in 10th. And the rest of the order, Crawley Voice, Larson, Joel 8, Thomas, Channel 3, 1899, Ocean Chief, no Copito, but they will get a 5-place grid penalty, so they're going to start. I think they'll actually start 17th because disqualifications automatically put you to the back, if I recall correctly. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep, so they'll start 17th, and then my timing tower disappeared because we're watching a car being pushed into the garage. Can we... I don't need to see this game, thank you. And then finishing off the order, we have Naiku, Yamakovic, and Magnetic at the back. And you can see there on the timing tower, Ame no Kobito with the 5-place grid penalty. I'll check our team radios, which is what I always call the Discord whenever we do league racing.
Yeah. Just something a bit off topic. Who do you think going to the final?
8 tot en met nummer 11.
Sorry, hang on. I didn't mute everyone. I didn't hear that. So I was hearing stuff in game there.
Yeah, so was I. But who do you think is going to the final?
Oh, for the football?
Yeah, Euros.
I mean, let's face it, both the Netherlands and England have had their share of luck in this tournament.
I'm saying Netherlands.
And quite frankly, I don't think it matters because, let's face it, Spain are going to win. Spain have got this in the bag. Because my dear beloved mother is from England, I'm gonna say that England are gonna go through, but yeah, I don't really have a horse in that race.
Alright. Our game is
Where
just that
is
Rune
the? Do we
Cruiser is
have
winning
a?
this.
What tier is this? Sorry, is this tier
Tier
1 or
2.
tier 2?
Tier 2.
This is tier 2. Sorry, tier 2 general. Am I saying whoever that was, I'm so sorry? And Gurley explaining as we did, don't rejoin horizontally onto the track, bro. I wasn't even on a push lap and I couldn't avoid you. Magnetic was not happy with his teammate, looking in the chats there.
Is it Team Radio? Is that
This is on Team Radio, this is on the Discord, and we also have 6 cars. We didn't notice this is further down the order in the 117s.
Alright,
We have
hold
6
on.
cars
I have to
within
pause you.
a 10th.
3 lights,
is there no
4 lights,
formation lap?
5 lights. And it is lights out and away we go. And it looks like Lepson looks like to get a great start. The Red Bull is alongside the McLaren currently. The Red Bull dives down the inside. Is he gonna steal pole? No, Lepson still keeps pole.
At the back. Futuristics off at the back.
And it might be a safety car
Ferrari
earlier.
as well,
McLaren
Voiced.
side by side. Red Bull lost its wing. And
Yeah, we
it
had
is.
Which Red Bull? Sorry, Wirtz has lost an end plate. You're quite right.
Yeah, it is Lepson. He has dropped down quite a bit as well. Run Cruiser is the one leading the pack right now. It's McLaren versus Red Bull at the moment.
Trying to see if anyone else has any damages they're coming through here. Gurley looks okay. Lepson looks okay. Yeah, that was a separate incident at the back. Futuristic misses braking point, went straight on. Crawley Voice lost it in the second part there as well. So those two are frequenting the back at the minute. Desperately unlucky for those two. But as you said, it's the McLaren of Rune Cruiser in first, followed by Wirtz, Gurley, Lepson, Delta, Keyboard, Magnussen down one position, Wesley, Piggy, and Amino Cabito, despite starting down in like 17th, is up to P9. What a start from him.
Absolute mad lad. Well, if you no longer go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver, as a wise old man once told the world. But however, the first lap goes to the McLaren, so he leads the first lap of Slipstream Racing League. And, well, that's the time to beat at 125. I don't believe it's going to be difficult, because...
First lap's not really representative. Yeah. Just looking off the line, the biggest... 10-second penalty for speeding the pit lane for Ocean Chief, so his day goes from bad to worse. Biggest winner off the line is Noah Cabito.
Gurley goes down the inside of the Red Bull, and the Red Bull unable to fight the Alpine. The Alpine is now up to P2 and is going to challenge for the lead. The Run Cruiser has a 1.3 second gap to protect. The Williams of Lepson is looking dangerous as well. Go on, Lars.
Yep, sorry, no, 3-second time penalty for Wirtz as well for multiple warnings on the corner cutting. That end plate just messing with his handling so much. It's the right side that's missing, and that's the side that you really don't want missing
around the
outside.
track.
Had it been the other side, it would have been okay, and he's lost position to Lepson. He's just tumbling down the order, runs wide on the exit of the chicanes. He really needs, I think he honestly needs to pit. He's losing more time in the long run here, but he's still fighting. He's trying to hold off Delta at the minute, but again going deep, and Delta will have better acceleration. Not able to do anything about it at the minute. As I was saying, we've got yellows in sector 3. That is, we've got an Aston facing the wrong way. Joel has retired, as Wirtz does box on the hopes of maybe getting a safety car. No sign of it yet. But even then, he says no, and it's cleared away.
FIA saying no safety car, and McLaren is still leading the pack. However, the Alpine has closed in on the gap. It's 8 tenths between them now.
Yeah, sorry, but was going to say very briefly after these couple of laps have settled down, the biggest winners off the line. Amino Cabito up 10 places. Naiku in 8th has gone up 8 places. He started down in 18th. And Yamakovic is up 6 places. Biggest loser off the line is Wirtz. He's down 15. Futuristic is down 8, and Crawley Voice down 5. That's your top 3 winners and losers off the line. But Lepson will be counting himself among those big losers. He's down 2 places, although staying with the lead pack. But he hasn't got the start that he wanted. I watched him off the line. He got quite a bit of wheel spin off the line. As further back, Naiku is now up to 6th. There's some battles happening in that upper... in the tail end of the top 5 as well. So Naiku up to 6th, just saw that move there.
Oh, we see a Red Bull.
Wesley. And Piggy looking to try and make some moves as well.
Oh, the Mercedes dive it down. Oh, that's just unfortunate. That's too optimistic.
Yep, I saw that. I just saw a car ghosting. That was Thomas, obviously. A lot of lockups going into the 3rd sector, so there's still exploring this track a little bit, it seems.
Yep.
Gosh, there's action all up and down the field here, isn't there? As Naiku going why they've moved up so far and saying the fastest lap of the race on the medium compound tire, they're currently in pursuit of Delta, half a second down. And Delta sort of is dropping back from the top 4. So Naiku will want to clear Delta fairly quickly to try and catch up to that lead pack.
You're absolutely
They've just
correct.
lost 2 tenths in the first sector alone. Naiku desperately needs to get moving. We've got yellows in sector 1.
I don't know what's that for.
It's a 3-second time penalty.
Right. The battle at the front. We have the Alpine challenging for the lead right now. The McLaren unable to hold the Alpine off.
Making the move, sorry. Snaiku, he'll just go into the outside.
Oh, this is
The
going
Haas
to be...
is charging. Should make the move for the outside of the chicane. Lovely. So, sorry to interrupt there, but just keep an eye on Snaiku. Naiku, because he will be in hot pursuit of this top 4, and we could have a 5-way battle for the lead.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a 5-battle way for the lead at the moment.
Yep. Oh, they still haven't fixed that glitch. I just saw a tire barrier folding in on itself in a non-Euclidean manner. Oh dear, never change, Codemasters.
Alright, well, we have Gerla now out of the era, sorry. And that's a yellow.
Sorry, yellow
that's
sector 3, Snacks lolls in the wall, he's lost his wing. He is continuing though, so shouldn't be a safety car, maybe a VSC? No, FIA says no. Is safety car on normal for this league?
You can check the settings. Well,
Oh,
I'll check the broadcast.
Okay, hang on, I'll have a look.
It looks like the Alpine needs to have to recharge the car for a bit right now because they're unable to make any inways on the McLaren right now, and
safety
Lepson
car
is
is on
looking dangerous
reduce,
as ever.
so that would explain it.
Yeah. Well, we
Snaiku
might
is
see a move
closing
now.
the gap. He's 1.2 behind, and Gerla has found more pace. So is Lepson. I'm wondering if Rune Cruiser controlling the pace, or is he actually just dropping off a bit here? That's the question.
He's controlling the pace.
Oh, we've got Haas off in the background. Delta's spun. And oh, that's dropping him well down the order. That wasn't a... I didn't see any contact. I think he just locked the rears, but he's down to 11th now. That's a desperate shame for him, because he was running in the top 6. Wasn't really catching the lead pack, but he was leading that second pack, and that's a shame for him. But as you say, now we can really focus on the front battle. All the other ones are sort of slowing down a bit. This is where it's at now.
Well, Lepson looks to go for the move, not quite close enough. But
big lock-up.
Yeah, compromises Gerla because Gerla thought that Lepson would dive down the inside, but didn't. Lepson gets a good run on the exit here. Is he close enough to make a move? He's not, but DRS coming up soon enough again. Is Gerla going to make a move on the McLaren? Lepson looks to take an alternate line as well. Well, F124 just keeps on giving, doesn't it?
Yep. Say what you will about the game, but we always get more exciting racing on most tracks than other places. As that is, Gerla did make the move around the outside. I didn't see it because of my camera angle, but Gerla did go around the outside at the chicane, and Gerla takes the lead. So maybe that McLaren wasn't controlling the pace because Gerla was able to overhaul them quite easily. Now, can Gerla pull away?
I don't think that Rune Cruiser was fighting that too hard, if I'm being honest. His ERS level is quite high still. Doesn't look to be pushing it all that much. Doesn't seem to be struggling as well, because when people start to struggle, you start to seeing lots of mistakes, and I haven't seen any mistakes from Rune Cruiser at all. I think he's just, I think he just wants to be in P2 at the moment.
I'm not too sure why though, because he'll burn his tires by sitting in behind. Even better trying to keep the lead. You have plenty of ERS to play with. He has a little think about going up the inside, but thinks better of it. What's the predicted pit window here?
I'd say right around lap 12, 13.
For the mediums?
For the mediums onto the hards, maybe? No, maybe lap 18 and then go soft all the way to that. Well, we'll have to see.
I mean, I suppose, yes, if he is planning to go to the softs, then yes, maybe wanting to conserve the tyre life a bit, maybe not fighting stuff too hard. Although he's pushing back now, so... has a think about the inside, but nothing doing. Dirty air still plays a factor in F124, and it seems to be hurting his confidence at making a move. Doesn't have the confidence to barrel up the inside.
He was lifting before the braking zone. He's just saving his tires, and
Gerla has burned a lot of ERS defending, though. Gerla down to 50% ERS.
There is
Which is the lowest of anyone in this
missing
pack.
for
Speaking of the pack,
Futuristic.
look who's just joined on the tail end here.
Naiku.
Naiku is 2 tenths down, 3 tenths down on Magnussen. So I told you to watch for him. We got yellows in sector 3 again.
That's Wesley.
That is Wesley. That is Lepson's teammate.
Seems to have a bit of an incident right now, but so far it looks like Alpine is the strongest team around Australia so far, because they have both cars in the points.
Also with another 3-second time penalty. Apologies if I talk over you, by the way. I'm trying to adjust my volumes and stuff, but you're a bit quiet on my end. But you know, that's my sentence, that's not yours, so don't change yours.
All good.
Lepson maybe has a run on Gerla. Goes to the outside, but with DRS from the McLaren in front, I don't think he's going to have it. Oh, there was contact there. Did you see contact, or was that my
I
end?
saw contact.
They all seem to carry on fairly well, though, so whether there was actual contact or a bit of just lag from our spectator cams, I'm not sure. But there appeared to be contact.
Yeah.
No sign of any damage, from what I can tell. No, all the end plates are still on there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Naiku actually got ahead of Keyboard Magnussen while we weren't looking. Naiku up to 4th. And pressurizing Lepson right now.
Well,
So, I don't know what happened in quali, but Naiku has really found some pace in this stage of the race.
maybe just like me, you know, bottle it in quali and absolutely breaking through during the race.
Maybe some drivers do have better race pace. Look at yours truly.
Yeah.
Although you wouldn't say that back in what was it, Monza? I was alongside you on the front row.
Yep. I remember that.
8/800th of a second, I think it was the gap between us.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, those were the days back when I was on controller.
Well, controller no more, but however, Magnussen is on keyboard and he has caught up with the grid as well. So yeah,
He's trying
Fireway.
to stay with him, but he's dropped. He's 8 tenths down. He is falling back here, and actually falling into the clutches of Jarnakovic in the Ferrari,
I think it's
who has
Jamakovic.
silently been making his way up.
Yeah. Well, that's another 3-second penalty on to.
Yeah, the second half of the field is just dotted with penalty flags at the minute, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. Delta will be fighting for his life to be in the point still. But, however, we're
Codemasters, can I
on.
please just ask, you give us telemetry, which is great, but please give us information on their tires. I want to see how the tires are doing and the fuel and stuff
D
like that.
on keyboard.
Was it D?
Press D on the keyboard.
No, not the D, not the tires they're using. Sorry, I should specify the tire wear.
Oh,
I should specify.
Oh, run cruiser, still P1.
You know, because we want to see how sitting in this train is hurting these other drivers, and whether it will lead to any alternate strategies. You know, that's what we want to try and predict. And surely some of them at this stage must be thinking about different strategies, because they're all sitting in a bit of a train, and none of them has such a degree of pace over the other that they are able to. Oh, that could be significant. Run cruiser with a penalty. Same for Magnussen. Run cruiser with 3 seconds.
That is quite significant, yeah.
So he's our race leader, and now he's got some extra work to do, because he was just controlling the queue, but now he would
needs
drop
to run
down
away.
to P5 at this rate. We've got yellows in sector 1. That's the Aston Martin of Ame no Kobito. Yep, Ame spun but has recovered. So now they must all be thinking, you know, what's the call here? Do we undercut? Do we overcut?
What would
They
you do,
can't
Lars?
afford to sit in this train.
What would you do?
I'm trying to recall which one's more powerful around here.
So what I would
wanna
do,
say-
personally, I would have gone for the overcut if I know that I have the pace to keep up. Because it doesn't seem like anyone is trying to run away from this pack. So more...
Speaking of strategy, sorry, Magnussen has been the first to pit on lap 11. And he's
gone
got
too
a
hard.
hard compound tire. So Magnussen has got the pit window open. Oh, what happened there? Why is Gerla is ghosted? Gerla was ghosted. and Lepson has taken second place.
We're
And
going
Gerla
side by
under
side now.
pressure from Nikau. I don't know what happened. Did you see what happened there?
No, I did not. And the Alpines are fighting amongst each other. We've seen this in real life. They're not coming to
Nikau
blows
has
this
got
time.
third place. I don't know what happened, but Gerla was ghosted, almost like but I didn't see a spin. It was almost like an AI took over. So whether there was a connection issue there, or Nikau had to Gerla had to pause, I don't know. But they're down to fourth now, and Lepson has said thank you very much. And now Lepson, on net based on the times, he's net first at the minute.
Yes. Well,
Now, Run Cruiser has taken advantage of that chaos a little bit. He's 6/10 clear, but he's getting roped back in again. Run Cruiser just does not have the pace to pull away from this pack.
I think Run Cruiser needs to gamble on an undercut, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. But
Exactly.
the problem is, of course, how do you undercut whenever you're, the lead car? Because you don't know, everyone else can react to you, even if it's a split-second decision. You're the one. You can't react to a pit stop if you're the lead car. So it's very difficult to do when you're the leader. A little bit of lag happening on my end, but that could just be from my side. As Futuristic is that who spun in Sector 1, I think. Indeed it was. He's dropped down 9th and he's missing half his front wing.
Lepson is going for the
That's
lead
all
right
he
now. Sorry
needed.
to cut you off. Run Cruiser tucks in behind. Lepson is now leading. We got a new leader. We got 3 different leaders this race, and I can tell you what, we don't know who's winning this race as of yet.
As soon as I look away, of course, stuff happens. Shout outs, by the way, to Yarnakovic, who has also joined this lead group now. Now, he's on a penalty as well, but he's caught up to this lead pack. Once again, we have a 5-way battle. And Run Cruiser and Nikau both pit.
We got
smoking the brakes there.
We got some information from the chat saying there might be a chance of rain towards the end. I don't have my telemetry open at the moment.
Lepson under pressure. He made a mistake coming out of turn 2. And Gerla takes full advantage. Gerla takes the lead. I saw Lepson lose the rear on turn 2 and he was very slow.
No, the girl had led before. That's my bad.
So Gerla now leads. Yarnakovic also looking to pressurize Lepson. I wonder if Lepson's tires are actually letting him down here.
Well, alright. Now, time to get back to basics. We have 2 of the 5 lead drivers pitting. We'll see how powerful the undercut is going to be.
Yarnakovic making a move. And he's got second.
Well, solid day for Ferrari.
Lepson is charging as well. Lepson is very low on ERS.
I don't think so, actually. Oh, he is 29%. Well, we'll see. I think they need to react to the cars behind.
We have a spinner. Wesley has spun in turn 2. Now, what are the leaders going to do? What's the gap? Hold on, where's our interval? Where's our gap to the leader? Oh, Gerla locked up the front. And bails for the pits. So does Lepson. So now we'll find out if the undercut was the right call. Run Cruiser. Surely it is. Run Cruiser is only 15 seconds behind. Surely undercut was the right call. Although it's going to be close.
Here comes Run Cruiser. If we look to our right.
Yep, Run Cruiser's going to get ahead.
Yeah, he's ahead by a long shot.
Only just, and to be fair, that's because both of those drivers, Gerla and Lepson, both had incidents in the lap in between pitting and, so maybe they did the damage themselves. So at the minute, net lead is Run Cruiser in terms of on track positions, because Yarnakovic has yet to pit. But in terms of the time deltas, Nikau is currently leading this race, because Run Cruiser has the 3-second penalty, which you cannot really remove.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe you can fight out with the stewards a little bit as Nikau goes to the outside, and Run Cruiser doesn't fight that.
Missed the apex there a bit as well, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Nikau is now leading the pack, and Run Cruiser is provisionally P2 at the moment, because he's outside of the 3-second gap to Gerla.
Yep.
Behind. But
well, this should be interesting. Lepson and Gerla split up by Keyboard Magnussen. This should be a fun battle.
Yeah, Lepson needs to get past real quick. There's Larson who pits as well.
Larson does pit, you're quite right. It's Naiku with the fastest lap of the race, on hards no less. I know they're burning fuel, but that's still impressive. So, Gerla needs to pull something out of the bag, although they've only got 15% ERS.
To be fair, Run Cruiser might have, you know, a
Sorry,
case.
Magnussen making the move, and Magnussen gets past Gerla.
That's not good.
So Magnussen on the move. Sorry, you were saying there?
I was gonna say that. I actually forgot now. Well, either way, Magnussen getting past is not really ideal for the lead here, and Run Cruiser is past Naiku again.
Yep, got revenge in the DRS zone. Naiku with more ERS though probably knows that Run Cruiser was burning in order to catch up to them there. And just obviously thought to themselves, look, you can have this one, mate. I'm not going to compromise my race. I'm going to manage my tires. Although immediately dropping a lot of time right after the fact.
Looks like it, yeah. 8 tenths now between
So,
them.
not sure whether a Run Cruiser maybe just had to take a bit longer to get the tires warmed up. Not too sure.
Oh, that might have been a warning for Run Cruiser. Look to be running a bit wide. And Lepson got past Magnussen again. And now it's really
further
hit
down
or
the
miss for
order.
Gerla.
Just looking at the rest, who else is battling? Crawley Boys is battling Delta
Futuristic.
for P8. And we've got Futuristic and Snaxolotl in a battle for 11th. May not be for points, but these drivers will fight tooth and nail for every position, and Futuristics does get the move done.
Oh, the house was looking
Snaxolotl
good
almost
inside
comes back at him.
Yeah. Well,
And
there's-
Bert's getting past Thomas. So lots of little battles happening all over the track here.
Lepson
probably
got
gets their
past
soap.
Magnussen again.
My guy, don't bring up your details for penalties. It'll give you an aneurysm.
And Magnussen fights back. He's not giving up this position that easy. But he might lose 2 positions now in one go. It's the Alpine going alongside him as well. And it's,
No way around the outside there.
yeah, he's always going to
Gerla
run
did
wide.
well to back out. A lesser man would have, or woman, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. A lesser driver would have tried to make that move stick and pay for it with a DNF. And Naiku has lost the position to Run Cruiser again. These two are swapping back and forth all the time. But Run Cruiser is definitely using more in these battles.
Oh,
Run Cruiser down to 25%
Magnussen
ERS.
exited the track because the Ferrari came back on the track from the pits. And, well, he did not anticipate the Ferrari being so close to him. And now he's under pressure from Gerla, and Gerla will not be having a good day, losing the position to both Magnussen and Jamakovic after the pits.
Gerla is going to ban the color green from the Discord after this race. They cannot get past Keyboard Magnussen, but everyone else can get past both of them.
Yeah. And
Maybe
Magnussen
Gerla
doesn't
has
have
the
a lot
chance
to
now.
fight with.
Maybe has the chance now. Goes to the outside. Is alongside, is ahead. Magnussen will have to back out.
Oh,
no!
that's a collision.
No,
Or
they
is it?
recovered fine.
No.
I think there was a bit of desync there because Magnussen's car didn't look like it reacted to the contact.
Yeah.
Like, surely a front wing plate would have come off there if the contact had registered.
EA servers, come on, man.
Yeah, and both drivers. Well, of course, there are no EA servers. This is still peer-to-peer. We never got central servers.
People are cheering
Which is
for
insane
Ocean
if
to
you
get
ask me.
P10. Ocean Chief is right there down in P13 after an earlier pit stop that he needed to make after some damage. But here comes Magnussen. Goes down the inside. They're going side by side, and Gerla
Power
is not
sliding,
fighting
and
that.
yep, there's definitely lag on our end because Magnussen just teleported ahead on my end.
Not for me.
I think it's just on my end, though. I'm not too sure what you're seeing.
Mine is completely fine.
Yeah, no, it's just a spectator lag, so that's okay.
Well, his,
Ocean Chief, 10 seconds speeding penalty.
I believe our game jinxed him, not us.
That's all, 5 seconds. Can I just say though, it's very important, like the frontier battling, and don't get me wrong, the battles are great, but looking at the bigger picture here is very important as well. And that battling, as entertaining as it was for us, look at how it's hurt Lepson.
Yeah.
He's just been overtaken by Jan Nakovic. In fact, look how it's hurt all of them. The gap to the top two is now 6.5 seconds. Which, you know, I mean, when they came out of the pits, the gap was what, 2 seconds at most? They've lost 4 seconds battling with each other.
Yeah, 10 laps
which is
to go.
important because, of course, Run Cruiser is thinking about that 3-second penalty, and now, yes, he may lose the win, but he would still be on the podium at this rate. He'll be second. So this is actually pretty significant for Run Cruiser in the longer run of the championship.
So, 10 laps to go in this race, and people have speculated that there is going to be rain towards the end. The clouds look to be, well, plenty of them, but enough for rain, I'm not too quite sure. But there is some looming clouds there to the right of your screen that looks to be filling up the
It's all
screen.
blues on my end.
Sector 3. Doesn't look to be anything.
Look like a half lazy spin, I think, from one of the Mercedes, I think. I'm not seeing grey clouds anywhere at the minute, I'm not going to lie. But
I see some clouds.
we've been wrong before on the weather.
Yeah. Ocean just handicapping himself.
Were they able to tell us what the
arguing.
percentage chance of rain was, or...?
I don't know. And we got retirement. That's a safety car. Ooh,
Oh,
interesting.
Safety car.
Need to box.
Snaiku and Run Cruiser both pit.
Soft tire. Surely, right?
Surely has to be.
Or if rain's gonna drop
Okay,
soon,
but-
then it might be wet tires. But I don't believe it.
Yeah,
That's the good
they're
choice.
all going to pit, and this
Medium.
is exactly what Lepson and Jarnakovic needed. They had fallen back. They're now going to be right with the leading pair. And this will just reset the field. And it's a good opportunity for other people as well. Gerla can make a recovery. Keyboard Magnussen may have some great pace on fresh rubber. As Larson was in the pits, and then, what the heck? He teleported on track and then teleported into the pit. He's definitely in the pit, though. Delta goes on. Delta does not pit.
Track position matters for them, perhaps. Maybe holding up for the rain.
Yeah, but everyone else surely is going to be up on the soft compound tires. He's only made 2 places.
I will say though that the clouds have been getting thicker as of late. I mean, you can look at the stream if you don't see it yourself, but there is plenty of clouds.
No, I can see a bit more cloud, yes. And of course, we're not on the old system that we had on the older games. Safety car does not neutralize the timing of the weather, so the longer they're under safety car, the more chance of rain. And
I
there
think
is
it
the
didn't
safety
do that
car,
in the
so
previous games
I'm
as
getting
well.
a lot of lag on my end. Are you running fine, or is it?
I'm running fine.
That's okay, right? So it is just my end, then. That's okay. You can never tell with an EA game.
Right, so safety car is gonna be out for 2 or 3 laps, collecting the pack. I think 2 laps is just needed. We got 9 laps left of this race. If there is rain coming, it's gonna be late, according to chat. So I'm just gonna believe them point blank because I don't have my telemetry open.
Is chat? Oh, I just saw an M plate go off there. We lost an M plate there. I definitely saw something fly off a car. Not too sure. Did chat say whether it's light or heavy rain?
No, they did not.
Like, will we have a Russia 20, whatever it was, 21? Will we have a Russia 21 with like a tire change with 2 laps to go or something, or?
Now we got full cloud coverage over the sky. There's like spots of blues in the sky, but it's...
I'll tell you what, you were talking about the tires. Looking at the tires they're on currently, we could be in for a right battle here. Naiku and Run Cruiser both on mediums.
Yeah, interesting choice.
Jarnakovic and Lepson on softs. Delta Zero obviously stayed out on the hards. Keyboard, Gura and Larson all on the softs. Crowley Voice on mediums. Futuristic on softs. Piggy didn't stop. He's been 6 laps on the mediums. Same for Verch. And then we're further down the order. Magnetic, Ame. So it's interesting to see that the top 2 went for the mediums. Now, whether did they use an extra set in quali possibly?
Maybe. Ocean Chief is the only car to be collected from the safety car now. He's currently in the pits, changing into the soft compound tire.
I will be surprised if they had a set of softs and didn't use them, because even if the safety cars stay out for only like 2 laps, your softs could easily do 7 or 8 laps. No problem. No questions asked. Especially since you're on a lighter fuel load, so the car isn't sliding as much, you don't burn the rears as much.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm surprised to see them on the mediums, assuming they had an option. If they didn't though, then they're just making the best of a bad situation.
I believe safety car might be in this lap or next lap. We'll have to see. Because Ocean
No, the
Chief
light's
is
still
quite,
on. Lights are still on the top, so
yeah,
could be one
Ocean
more
Chief
lap.
is quite far away from the pack at the moment. But he did manage to get rid of his penalty, so he might be fighting for points
he
towards
did,
the
and
end.
he's also helped Lepson Yarnakovic out by making the safety car stay out for another lap. So that's another lap they can conserve those softs, keep their life in them, and make the most of them when the race restarts.
Bit of a weather update as well. Now the clouds are completely covering the sky. There is not a single blue speck in the sky that I can see. For
I
the
see
moment.
very tiny blue specks, but not many. The cloud has intensified, that's for certain. So even if we don't get rain though, that will mean that the track is going to be cooler, and that'll make it harder to warm up those medium compound tires as well.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Well, safety car is going to be in this lap, I believe. And the Ocean Chief is going to collect the grid in a moment's time. It's going to look interesting towards the end, like you said. Naiku and Run Cruiser is on mediums, and Jamakovic, Lepson, Magnussen, Gerla, Larsen. Well, quite a lot of people in the back that are capable to fight for the win, that are on faster tires. Only Delta is the roadblock in between them.
I tell you what as well, this is going to be terrifying for Naiku and possibly for Lepson as well, because everyone around them has penalties, which means with this little gap to go, if they want to win or even hold their position, they have nothing to lose. They are going to have to full on go for it, because there's no way they will pull out a 3-second gap over the car behind if they're caught in a queue.
Our gamer
So,
seems to
Run
be
Cruiser.
our Ted's Kravitz, and he's saying that 23% chance of rain in the next 10-15 minutes. That will be
So
when the
Run
race
Cruiser
is
and
over.
Naiku have to go for it. Run Cruiser and Yarnakovic have to go for it. Naiku and Lepson can be a bit more passive with those two, but they'll have to watch out for each other.
Well, as we see, they're dramatically
So,
trying to weave.
As you said, Naiku has the pace. I'm going to ride on board to see when they're going. Remember, no overtaking before the safety car line. Still hasn't gone, still hasn't gone, still hasn't gone. Naiku's bolted. And got a decent getaway. But was it enough? Here comes Run Cruiser. Has a think. Doesn't go for it. So it's as they were. We've still got the safety car icon up on the screen. I'm assuming that's just lag on my end. As Run Cruiser does try and make the move, goes to the outside, and Naiku does not fight that too hard. Doesn't need to, of course. As long as Naiku keeps it clean, they are still in the lead on time charts. So Run Cruiser has now got to do his namesake and run.
Yeah, and it's not just from your side. I see the safety car icon as well. So thank you, Codys, for that one.
Yarnakovic, as Thomas retires, and we've got another safety car.
And this is a legit one.
Yep.
So, talking about rain, this opens up the whole race, because now it feels like the rain is almost guaranteed to come towards the end, at least like the final lap or something like that. And
I
yeah,
tell you what, if
the
we
grid
don't
didn't
get
change
the
too
rain,
much.
if we don't get the ring, the medium compound, the ones who chose medium compound are going to be kicking themselves, because the soft would definitely have made it with plenty of life to spare in them.
Let's see what Runkers is doing, and Naiku is staying out as well. Ferrari, Williams, and well, Delta is boxing. At least he's on the horns.
Tell you what, this doesn't actually help Run Cruiser much though, because he needs all the time he can get to build that 3-second gap, and he's just lost a bunch more time.
Yep.
He'll not have long to overhaul that time deficit.
30% of
And
rain.
of course make sure he doesn't get another one in the process.
30% of rain in the next 10 minutes. Thank you, Ted Kravitz.
In the next how long?
10 minutes. Don't forget, we're in the safety car conditions as well. So a lap is
I mean,
right around 2 minutes.
lap times around here are about 119, 118. So under safety car, assume 2 minutes. I don't think we're going to see rain, because even if they spend every single lap under safety car here, that would fill the 10-minute quota, because it's about 2 minutes for a lap under safety car, maybe slightly more. And they're not going to spend the whole time in safety car. I think we might just dodge the rain here, or it comes on the very final lap, possibly. But I don't think it'll be enough to make an impact.
Well, we are on the safety car condition. Everyone are able to charge their batteries, have a bit of a rethink, calm their nerves down, and well, we got a couple more laps to run this race. 5 laps to be specific. 35% in the next 10 minutes. So it looks like it's just increasing according to Ted Kravitz. And
yeah, but it's increasing it's increasing every 2 minutes, like I said. So it'll be 100% by the time the race is done.
Hold on. Last update was Mark, the game engineer, provided an update. Rain in the next 5 minutes. That's the latest update.
It is guaranteed in the next 5 minutes. That changes everything, as we've got Futuristic in the pits as well. That changes everything then. Now it's a question of if it arrives.
Futuristic gambling on it. He's going on the Inters.
He might as well. He was out of the points to begin with, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, now to take care of those tires as much as you can, Futuristic. Let's see if he lives up to his name and able to predict the future, the number 28 driver in the Visa Cash App PayPal MasterCard Racing Bulls, or whatever they're called.
RB, for God's sake.
It's going to be interesting to see. That's an end plate laying on track right now. He's already caught up with the pack. This gamble might work out. This gamble might not work out. It is a gamble after all. We're not in Vegas, but he's happy to put all his cards on the table.
The screen has definitely got darker, I'll say that much, and there appears to be a bit of a mist over the buildings in the background. There is not any blue at all. There's not even any clouds at all. It's that constant, full grey sky.
Well, we'll have to see. He might be the one who's losing out the most.
Safety car
is in this lap, so that doesn't help his cause. Because there's absolutely not a single drop of rain on the screen as far as I can see.
I mean, he's only got to survive 4 laps, so he doesn't have to pit again. He'll not be happy on them, but he'll not have to pit. 10-second penalty for Delta there, for colliding with Ameno Kobito, apparently.
On board with Run Cruiser right now. Futuristic is my GOAT, says our gamer. Not a single drop yet. Do you see any drops?
Can you imagine the scenes, though, if this pays off? Can you imagine the scenes?
Yeah.
So who's it going to be? Will Run Cruiser be able to pull a 3-second gap? Will Naiku get ahead of him? Will Lepton pull something out of the bag? Maybe Keyboard Magnussen or Gurla.
Oh, he's going already.
And Run Cruiser's gone already and has immediately locked up. So I feel like he went a bit early there, as we're off again. I think we're also past the threshold now, so there will not be any more safety cars even if there's a big wreck. We're past the threshold.
Yeah.
For laps remaining.
And Futuristic is just losing a huge amount of time to the cars ahead. Ocean Chief making himself way up there as well. Larson dropping a place to Quali Voice. We'll have to see. Actually, Futuristic is keeping up. I don't know how he's keeping up, but he's keeping up.
On the straights, yes. In the corners, he's suffering bad.
Yeah. Somehow, though, he's managed to keep up somewhat. 7 tenths between him and P15 of Delta.
Yeah, that gap is not increasing enough for Run Cruiser to hold the lead. Still says safety car on my screen. Thanks, game.
Yep.
Futuristic overtaking Delta, the Mad Lad. Medium Inter's OP.
Oh, I see rain. I see rain.
Is it? Do we see rain?
We see rain.
Yeah, you're right. There's raindrops now. How quickly is this going to come to fruition?
Is
it too late for Futuristic?
Might have calculated it to an absolute T right here, because the rain is falling down. Race control says DRS enabled for the final laps. And Ron Cruiser, you're absolutely right, has not gained enough time between him and the car behind to get that win. But rain is imminent, says Mark. According to
the rain's already here,
Ted
but
Kravitz.
it's not doing anything yet. DRS has been enabled.
It looks like
It's only
Futuristic is
spitting at
still
the minute.
losing time. We'll have to see. It is 2 laps to go.
No, well, 3 including this one.
Yeah.
But as you know as well as I do, Rickety, that inters are only good once the screen says DRS disabled, and it has not shown that yet.
It can be used like half a lap before
Well, it
that.
can be used just before it, but the track is nowhere near wet enough.
Not at the
for
moment,
the
no.
inters.
But it looks like the rain is falling down heavier. But Futuristic has a 5-second gap to the car ahead. Currently not enough to do anything. And it needs to be pouring down in Australia before he can actually start make some moves. It looks like the slicks are still the grippier tire. Another Futuristic masterclass loading, says Tunari. I have to see Futuristic, according to his name, is able to read the future, so we'll see. Seeing some rain droplets on my screen now as well. It looks a bit more sketchier for the cars in the lead. And
Run Cruiser has not been able to increase the gap at all. In fact, if anything, it's come down by about half a tenth. So
he's actually
Naiku
done
is
an
doing
amazing
everything
job.
they need to do.
Run Cruiser has actually done an amazing job, because as it stands right now, he's still on the podium. Because Lepson
Oh no, I'm not saying he's done that.
Jamakovic-
He's still moved up 1 position, but
Yeah,
he'll be kicking himself that he got the track limits penalty, because that's the sort of, that comes from just wee errors that you need to iron out in league racing, because they make such a huge difference. Lepson at the minute will get 3rd on the podium, unless Gerla has something to say about, because Gerla has overhauled Magnussen, but is still 2.5 seconds down. The rain is definitely increasing, but we've only 1 lap to go after this. And I think it's too late for the rain to make a massive impact. No sign that DRS will be disabled as of yet. And
oh,
that's
Jamakovic
another
getting
3 seconds for
another-
Jarnakovic.
Yeah, he's dropping further and further down.
Though Lapson will be breathing a massive sigh of relief. He doesn't even have to stay within 3 seconds now.
Alright,
He'll be hoping Naiku gets a penalty
here we go.
or something.
Final lap of
Delta
the
with
race.
another 3 seconds.
Well, it is the battle for the win right now, then. We might not know how Run Cruiser got the track limits warnings that made it a penalty. It could have been that he was pushed off at some point as well, which means that he could technically remove the penalty. And there is new regulation changes as well. SLR says that if you have 3 wheels outside the track and still get a penalty, you can get that removed if you provide evidence. So it's all up for play still here. I don't think Naiku knows that he might get it removed.
He's going around the outside. Naiku with the move. Naiku's through.
Yeah. Well, is he gonna fight back? Run Cruiser, DRS enabled. He got 13%
He
of
got big
ERS.
press on that stray as well, so there's very little time for Run Cruiser to make a move. It would have to be a desperate lunge in Sector 3.
It is still quite
And
possible.
surely
It's
he's not
still
willing
quite
to
close.
compromise a guaranteed 2nd place.
Oh, he's looking down the inside, locks up as
He
well
had a
for good
sniff
measure.
and nothing doing. He'll have to out drag Naiku to the line, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Well
DRS
done.
for the final part of the straight. He'll
Round
come alongside,
1
but it's too late.
goes to
Naiku takes the
Naiku.
win.
Alpine takes the first win of the season in Tier 2. Rija Jamakovic getting P3, but he's getting P5 thanks to penalty.
Dropping down,
Lepson,
P7 in the
P4
end.
goes to Gerla. Larson,
Can
P5.
we just say well done to Naiku, up 15 places to win the race. What a drive.
But absolutely
Naiku.
cooking. Well done. Futuristic might have predicted the wrong future. Because it did not rain enough.
Bro be cooking like a fine French chef.
Futuristic have overcooked his tires. Quite a lot. It's not well done anymore, it's congratulations. But
I wonder if there's a rat under Naiku's helmet controlling their actions as well. Understandably, driver of the day. I'd be amazed if they weren't. But what a race that was to open the season.
yeah, I think
F124 has had its controversies, but it's brought us some great racing here today, that's for certain.
it's still not like 24, but yeah, it brought up some great racing. I mean, it was worth a gamble, I think. He was outside the points anyways for Futuristic.
Well done to the Finnish driver racing for the French team with what sounds like a Japanese name.
Yeah. And well, that's the race. Unfortunately, I do not have any time for any interviews.
And I'm not streaming, so...
Yeah, so interviews are not going to happen if you will let the Tier 2 drivers know. So I need to hop off as soon as this is over. Anyways.
Sorry, just one small detail there. You'll notice that Run Cruiser actually got the fastest lap point.
Okay.
So taking one extra point in the end, which could play a big part later on the season, you never know. Every point is worth it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a run back on the grid, and you let everyone know that there will be no interviews, but I will be reading it out for everyone, the official results from this race, in a moment's time.
Yep. Well, it's
Even
been a while
if it
since I've
lets us.
commentated, but that was a hell of a lot of fun, I have to say.
I've commentated alongside someone, no less, as well.
But there you go. If that's the way the first round went, we should be in for a fantastic season.
Yeah.
Let's just see, just while we're chilling here, since we're not doing interviews, let's have a check of the team radios. Eversnack saying, quite fitting that a race that was ruined by other people again ended up with me crashing by myself.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Lepton saying, bro got an illegal overtake turn 1 while he wasn't past me. Great game.
Well, either way, thank you for joining SLR Slipstream Racing League. Make sure to subscribe, and well, the next race, from what I've heard, is on Friday, so stay tuned for that. It will be a different set of commentary team, same set of great racing as well. So stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed, and from Mr. Kit and Mr. Lars, thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.